Welcome back. I really wish I could tell you all more stories, but maybe next October I will return. This next story is from the book Scary Stories 3, More Tales to Chill Your Bones. Now, this one gave me many nightmares, simply because of the image next to it, and I think you might recognize this one. This is called The Dream. Lucy Morgan was an artist. She had spent a week painting in a small country town and decided that the next day she would move on. She would go to a village called Kingston. But that night, Lucy Morgan had a strange dream. She dreamed that she was walking up a dark, carved staircase and entered a bedroom. It was an ordinary room, except for two things. The carpet was made up of large squares that looked like trapdoors, and each of the windows was fastened shut with big nails that stuck up out of the wood. In her dream, Lucy Morgan went to sleep in that bedroom. During the night, a woman with a pale face and black eyes and long black hair came into the room. She leaned over the bed and whispered, "This is an evil place. Flee while you can." When the woman touched her arm to hurry her along, Lucy Morgan awakened from her dream with a shriek. She lay awake the rest of the night, trembling. In the morning, she told her landlady that she decided not to go to Kingston after all. "I can't tell you why," she said. "I just can't bring myself to go there." "Then why don't you go to Dorst?" the landlady said. "It's a pretty town, and it's not too far." So Lucy Morgan went to Dorst. Someone told her she could find a room in a house at the top of the hill. It was a pleasant-looking house, and the landlady there, a plump, motherly woman, was nice as could be. "Let's look at the room," she said. "I think you will like it." They walked up a dark, carved staircase like the one in Lucy's dream. In these old houses, the staircases all look the same, Lucy thought. But when the landlady opened the door to the bedroom, it was the room from her dream, with the same carpet that looked like trapdoors and the same windows fastened with big nails. "This is just a coincidence," Lucy told herself. "How do you like it?" the landlady asked. "I'm not sure," she said. "Well, take your time," the landlady said. "I'll bring up some tea while you think about it." Lucy sat on the bed, staring at the trapdoors and the big nails. Soon there was a knock on the door. "It's the landlady with tea," she thought. But it wasn't the landlady. It was the woman with the pale face, and the black eyes, and the long black hair. Lucy Morgan grabbed her things and fled. Lovely story, isn't it? Now this next one comes from More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I really liked this one back in the day. It's taking me a minute to find it, because it's all the way in the back of the book. Here it is, The Dead Man's Hand. The students at the school for nurses got along quite well with one another, except for Alice. The trouble with Alice was that she was perfect. At least, that's how it seemed to the other students. She was always friendly and always cheerful. Nothing ever upset her. Her school assignments were always on time and always perfect. She didn't even bite her fingernails. Many of the student nurses resented Alice. They would have liked to see her fail at something, become frightened or cry, or do something that showed she had a weakness, like they did. One night, several students tried to frighten Alice with a practical joke. They borrowed the hand of a corpse they had been studying in anatomy and tied it to the light cord in her closet. When she tried to turn on the light, she would find herself holding a dead man's hand. "That would scare anybody," one of them said. "If it doesn't scare her, nothing will." After tying the hand in place, they went to the movies. When they got back, Alice was asleep. But when they didn't see her the next morning, they decided to find out what happened. There was no sign of Alice in her room, but they soon found her. She was sitting on the floor in her closet, staring at the dead man's hand and mumbling to herself. Alice didn't even look up. The joke had worked, but no one was laughing. Let that be a lesson to all you pranksters out there. Well, I will see you all next Wednesday for the final episode, and oh boy, is it a doozy.